Alright, second take of this damn video. Welcome back. This is the Disney Infinity Toy Box Carnage, released by the Mouse Incorporated themselves at a Disney store in a pathetic shopping plaza near you. This thing came out in what, 2021, 22? Got it for about $14. I mean, it's Carnage, I had to, but the longer I have it, the more flaws I notice. So without further ado, let's get right the fuck in. So, for starters, we've got the accessories. He's got this sort of blade, axe blade, typical signature Carnage thing going on here. Really cool. You got a bunch of bullshit copyright logos there. I don't give a fuck, Disney. I really don't. And also, I gotta say, I mean, so I know I said Disney Infinity Toy Box, and now for those who don't know, this was an old Skylanders sort of competitor that Disney randomly decided to turn into a toy line like 2 years after the franchise fucking died. So that's why we have articulated figures. And I'm not gonna lie, the art style wasn't too bad. It did work for a couple characters, you know, Venom. So I mean, it was pretty cool to actually get a Venom figure, which I might review in the future because I have them. But you know, I have this Carnage one, and honestly, yeah, no, just ain't it. Just ain't it. But anyway, you know. Oh, also the paint chips on these things really fucking easy, especially the symbiote characters. I've actually got a couple other the toy box figures, mostly Star Wars and Marvel, and never did the paint ever chip this bad. Holy mackerel. It's even worse on the Venom. That's a shame because the Venom's pretty good actually. So moving on to the next accessory, this poorly, I like, because again it's implied that it's supposed to go around his thumb, but then you've got this weird piece, you know, and it's like, okay, it looks almost like a brace. Was it wrap around, you know? Like, does he hold it like this? Does he hold it like this? Because when it was in his hand, it just does not look right, to be honest, you know? Like, you got this thumb here, you know, flip it around, still doesn't look right. So even on the box, and when they advertised this thing, they couldn't really find a place for this, you know? So this was clearly something just thrown on after the fact, and it shows. But, you know, cool 3 tendrils. If this was a better accessory, it could wrap around his hand and he could have these 3 giant tendril fingers, you know. These at least have blades. Well, blades in some sense, because again, it's a fucking toy made for fetuses. You know, I'm sure a Goo Goo Gaga fetus cast 3rd trimester goy is gonna love this. My true audience will know who I'm talking about. So, but still, yeah, pretty, yeah, it is what it is, though. At least it's got a nice fade. But other than that, that's it. Now, moving on. This figure itself, it's a mixed bag. Things I like, things I don't like. Starting off with the head, which I am 50-50 on, because on one hand, we have this tiny, tiny fucking tongue. Dude, people need to stop giving Carnage a tongue and teeth. Just give him the cool face. Please, for the love of God, don't do this fucking dumbass teeth thing. He looks like a fucking molester, dude. Don't do it. You know, it's not worth the risk. Just give him the cool sort of faceplate teeth that are like part of the black hair, and then that's it. That's all you need to do. All you need to do when designing and drawing up this character. He does not need teeth. He is not fucking Venom. So, but I will say I do like the eyes and the way the head is generally shaped, you know. I like the, you know, that it's actually not painted and that it's sculpted. Really cool. You know, I get the feeling that this is better than Hasbro quality around the time this came out. So, yeah, pretty cool. But then we've got this black dildo stamped to his head. What in the actual fuck is it? It's a floppy dick, dude. Yeah, again, the tendrils, because of how cartoony they look rather bulbous, and they just look like a bunch of fucking dildos. It looks like a hentai gone wrong. You know, I don't get the feeling that Carnage is suited up and he's ready to strike and pounce a bunch of innocent people. Instead, when I see this, I see, oh God, this looks like a fucking, you know, looks like it's about to go really, really wrong. So, but yeah. God, again, what the fuck was Disney thinking making this for fetuses, you know? Like, You know, you didn't even have to, because the Venom one was good. They did the Venom one and it was great. I don't know why they needed to do it like this. He's like, you know, you've got a character like Carnage, who's got a lot of sharp edges on him. You know, you turn him babyfied, it's gonna look wrong. It just doesn't look right, which is a shame, because there's a lot of decent stuff here done right. So I mean, like the body here, for example. You know, I love the sort of black sculpt over the sort of flayed human torso here. It's really good, really cool. You know, and oh god, I see that seam. They thought I wouldn't notice, but I see the seam. And then you've got these fucking dildos, these giant 2-3 inch dildo. Well, I mean, compared to real human size, you know, these giant fucking dildos, horseworm dildos, whatever, just, you know, glued really badly into the fucking mold. Not onto, into. So, but yeah, then we move down to the arm. So it looks decent. You know, you got more of these shitty floppy dicks hanging around. And then you got this, what is this? A fucking, is this supposed to be a fucking claw? Get that shit out of you. Get that ass banned, Disney. What the fuck is that? Dude, it literally looks like he's wearing a fucking motorcycle glove. Are those supposed to be claws? In what fucking universe are those claws? In what fucking universe are these claws? Motherfucker's got fur affinity fucking hands. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. Dude, this looks like some shit I'd see off of one of those gay-ass fucking artist websites. What the fuck is this? This looks like some furry shit. This looks like some shit for furries. What the fuck? This does not look like a Carnage hand. This looks like a furry hand. We're trying to wear a motorcycle glove, dude. Absolute fucking dog shit. And we go down here where his hand is gripped. Looks better. Looks much better, surprisingly. I mean, the claws could be a little bit more pronounced, but at least this is passable, even though it still does look like a glove. God almighty. Then we go down here, again, because proportions, because it's Toy Box. The whole point of the Toy Box art style was like large proportions compared to tiny proportions. So, you know, you've got these tiny, granted, this is surprisingly one of the more tiny characters, so still, you know, you got the thigh, got the calves that are kind of big and cartoony, and then, oh, fucking sinuses. Oy vey. Then you got these feet, yeah, that are wrapped up in it. So, yeah, for articulation, head is on a ball joint, goes pretty far up, not very far down, mostly swivels side to side though, no tilts or anything. Pin joints, so you know, they go pretty far out, but because the sculpt kind of limited, and chances are you will chip that black paint, but they do go forward and back as well. A bend, swivel at the elbow. I will say, even though it is a single bend, at least it has a 90-degree, you know, bend, which I do appreciate. Hinge, swivel at the wrists, a swivel at the torso. Legs go pretty far out, in, forward, back, bend, swivel at the knee, and then feet move forward and back, and also pivot. So articulation, I will say, is pretty good for a $14 figure. That's in the 4 or 5 inch scale. So yeah, all in all, while there are things to like about this, there's also plenty of things not to like. You know, like the weird hands, the weird face, the weird accessory here. So I will say, if you can get it for cheap, and you know, you like it, or you like what you saw here today, fine, good for you. You know, I mean, I still don't hate this figure. There's just a lot of questionable choices around it. So with that said, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.